Digimon Ghost Game episode 44 introduced a fan favorite Digimon line to the world of Ghost Game. Lopmon's ultimate Antilamon, seen in series like Tamers as well as Digimon the movie Hurricane Touchdown, was actually the antagonist this week, though no Willis, no Susie, no Digidestined partner for Antilamon, but Antilamon's actions this week were actually the result of a conversation Hiro's father had with Antilamon back in the digital world. Super interesting stuff, one of our best looks at Ghost Game's digital world yet. That's all going to be covered in this video's episode discussion and review. Plus, we'll talk about what's going on with Ghost Game's episode count. Is the show ending in the next couple months? We're almost at episode 45. Most Digimon series typically run about 50-ish episodes, and one of the show's writers recently spoke about his effort to write a satisfying ending for Ghost Game. And if an end is in sight, what happens next for Digimon anime? Welcome to the Digino. Thank you for helping this channel reach 30,000 subscribers last week. I was so stoked to see so many people subscribing to get us across the 30k milestone. It definitely made my week for sure. A first-year student in Hiro's school is able to get his hands on rare and sought after merchandise. Somehow this is connected to the mysterious shaking buildings which Hiro hears about from Espimon. So Espimon is back, who is always fun to see. Kiyoshiro is out this week, so Hiro needs to step up as basically the backup dorm leader and be responsible for figuring out how this first year kid is suddenly so good at getting everyone their limited edition merch. It's all just sounding too good to be true. At the same time, a building in town is rumbling and seeming to collapse as if an earthquake is passing through the city, but it's only a single building, which makes no sense geologically. What's happening is a group of Antilamon, 3 to be precise, are serving as kind of wish-fulfilling gnomes. They can create any item a person desires, but the items that are wished for don't come out of thin air. They rely on nearby matter to be restructured. Angoramon is the one to connect the dots between the wish fulfillment happening and the collapsing building, deducing, quote, I think Antilamon are taking materials from the building, probably absorbing the iron. Although Kiyoshiro was away this week, Jellymon was not. We have kind of a fun bit here where Antilamon and Jellymon are business partners on an online merch store. They're the ones taking orders, and Jellymon is sending out the Antilamon like dispatch teams to make the orders come true. She has a little digiphone, which I thought was cute and silly, and I personally enjoyed her being the true cause of this week's problem, as she's done a few times in the past, but I also know some fans, some commenters of mine tend to get a bit annoyed when the problem of the week ends up being Jellymon's selfish personality screwing everyone else over. I didn't love it here, but I also didn't mind it. The gang wants the Antilamon to stop what they're doing, but they're so committed to fulfilling the orders that they refuse. They'll fight anyone who gets in the way of fulfilling their orders. This, of course, leads to our Act 3 confrontation where Weissmon and Lopmon are brought out. Really terrific combat animation this week. Hats off to the teams involved. After some fighting, both Kano and Lopmon suffer from that evolution overload issue with the VBs running out of time and reverting their Digimon to champion, making them no match for 3 ultimate Antilamon. Is this the first time we've seen Ruli's Angoramon have the evolution overload / limit situation with the vital bracelet? So Hiro and Kano Weissmon's situation with the ultimate form timing out is, I guess, not related to Gulis Gamamon being unresolved, since Angoramon has no Gulis equivalent. There was a theory that maybe the reason that Kano Weissmon's form couldn't hold was because we had this unresolved tension with Gulis, but I suppose not. Perhaps just every ultimate has a timer, or the current vital bracelets just can't handle the power of ultimates for more than a few minutes. Jellymon realizes that the website she designed lets users cancel the order on their end, so she makes a mad dash to the first year student's room, grabs his laptop, and has a bit of an Our War Game, You've Got Mail, kind of beat the clock moment, canceling all the orders before Antilamon can destroy our team in battle outside. Jellymon cancels all the orders just in time, and Antilamon goes, oh, the orders were canceled. I guess I don't need to destroy you guys anymore. When we finally get to talk to the Antilamon, they say that in the digital world they met a man who told them how amazing their power to create any material is, and insisted that people in the human world would love them for it. Gotta say, it was kind of cool and surreal to see HIRO'S dad in the fields of the digital world communicating with Digimon, and not just as a hologram message or us just hearing voiceover of him while Hiro reads a letter. I liked this, and the unintended side effect that him encouraging Digimon to embrace their unique abilities created the issue of the week, actually. The kids end up taking Antilamon to a garbage dump where they can practice their transmutation with objects that aren't going to be an issue. issue, that being trash or junk. It was a pretty inconsequential episode, honestly, and Antilamon were misunderstood, not truly evil in any way, but I did think their resolution was honestly one of the nicer ones. I just wonder if episode 44 is too late in the series for yet another story about a well-intentioned Digimon caught up in a misunderstanding. Seeing how intense episode 42 was with Gamamon's third appearance, and even having our first big mega appearing 1 week earlier in episode 41 with Piedmon, you kinda want a little more in episode 44. But I will applaud their creativity in this one with the absolutely absurd story of Jellymon starting up another business while Kiyoshiro is away, a business all about helping pop culture fans buy rare and limited edition merch online. And speaking of buying rare and limited edition merch online, in what will go down as the best segue in my YouTube career, let me tell you about the sponsor of today's video, Buyee. Right now, they want to give you and all Digimon fans up to 6,000 yen off on purchases through them. If you've been watching the Digino for a while, you know who they are. Buyee is the channel's founding sponsor, and they're a proxy shipping site which lets people in countries all over the world shop on stores that are supposed to be Japanese exclusive. All the toys, games, collectibles you used to see online but thought you could never have because of where you lived, that's a thing in the past thanks to Buyee. You sign up, get to shop on Japanese storefronts like Amazon JP, Mercari, Rakuten, and Yahoo Auction. You find your dream merch and purchase it through Buyee. Super easy stuff. Because you watch this channel, Buyee is giving a 2,000 yen coupon to anybody who signs up for the first time using the link in my video description. But on top of that, from now until September 30th, Buyee is also giving 4,000 yen off international shipping fees for Mercari first-time purchases, specifically Mercari items. If you take advantage of both offers, you could get 6,000 yen in savings. That's roughly 40 US dollars, 55 Canadian. My discount link is in the video description. Thanks to Buyee, and enjoy the savings, everyone. The next thing I want to talk about in this video while I have you is the future of Digimon Ghost Game. Next week will be episode 45 of Ghost Game, and October 3rd will be the 1-year anniversary of the show's start date. It's pretty hard to believe, but it's almost been a full year of talking about this show. Unlike Digimon Adventure 2020, which was very transparent about its episode count, telling us very early in that the show would be 60-ish episodes, Ghost Game has never given an episode count estimate. However, if you're going off past Digimon series, keep in mind Adventure 1999 was 54 episodes, 02 was 50, Tamers had 51, Frontier had 50 episodes, and look, we've always known Ghost Game was a different type of Digimon show and a different structure, but it is kind of an odd feeling to slowly approach the episode 50 count, as that's about the time most other Digimon shows are wrapping things up. Based Digimon made a terrific video last week about how one of the Ghost Game series composers who works on the overall story released a blog post talking about his desire to write a satisfying ending to Ghost Game. Go watch Based Digimon's video for more information about all that. For all we know, that satisfying ending could still be 20 or 30 episodes away, or it could be coming up sooner than we think. We really don't know, and it's hard to tell with the pacing of Ghost Game. The story bits have been sprinkled in so rarely that it feels like the end is nowhere in sight, but they could just suddenly pick things up in the next few weeks, especially since we've had 3 Gamamon sightings and we have 3 Ultimate Digimon for the protagonists. And if Ghost Game ends, which, let's be real, it will end one day, what happens next for Digimon anime? Will we go into another dry spell where the series takes a few years off television, or will we go right into a new series like what happened with Adventure 2020 going into Ghost Game? I've been thinking about 02 because we have Digimon Adventure 02 The Beginning, a new movie that is a continuation of 02 and a sequel to Last Evolution Kizuna. That's coming out in the near-ish future. This is purely an idea, not a theory or anything, so don't quote me on this, but I was thinking about how Last Evolution Kizuna premiered in Japan in February 2020, and then only 2 months later Digimon Adventure 2020 rebooted the universe and gave us a fresh new take on those characters with a new anime in April 2020. So is it possible that perhaps Ghost Game ends, then we get the film 02 The Beginning, wrapping up the story of the original timeline for Adventure, then we get our 02 reboot series for television a few months later? It could be a continuation of Adventure 2020's rebooted universe. I think this is possible if we look at that Last Evolution Kizuna to Adventure 2020 strategy, end the original story with a film, then reboot the characters in a new anime series. The other possibilities are that Ghost Game ends and there is no new show planned. We take maybe a couple years off from having a weekly Digimon show like has happened in the past, or Ghost Game ends and we get a new series that, like Ghost Game, is a complete departure from anything that came before, like the 02 to Tamers to Frontier transitions back in the day. Anything is possible. I don't have answers, but I wanted to pose the questions this week and turn to you all. Ask what you think in light of some of those facts I mentioned. The episode count of past Digimon series, the Last Evolution to Adventure 2020 strategy, the show writer's blog mentioning an end in sight, we're in a bit of a strange place waiting to know more about the future of Digimon anime as a whole. This is a dialogue though, a conversation. I want to read your comments and hear your thoughts, so for sure, write them down below. Thanks for watching, have a great week, and I'll see you in the next video.